My name's Hector Delgadillo. I'm the operations supervisor for the Beardsley Reclamation Facility. One of my many roles is to make sure the safe operation and maintenance of the facility and treatment of the incoming wastewater that's coming from the community. So how we do that, let's take a tour. The first stage is preliminary treatment. That entails basically removing a lot of the trash that's inside the wastewater. So one of the first stages is to remove any debris that comes from the collection system. This is where the wastewater comes in and it captures most of the rags and any debris that's inside the water. We gotta do this every day, 24/7, and it removes all the debris inside the raw wastewater. It goes to another system over here and then squeezes all the water out of the rag so we can recapture all that water back into the system. It goes here to another system called the pista grit. And what that does, it just removes any particles that are really small, like sand, eggshells, any small particles that could also harm any of the pumps. The water continues on to 5 individual submersible pumps. Right now we're doing about 3.5, 3.8, up to 4 million gallons a day. You smell that? The wastewater comes in and enters these tanks. The first treatment is the anoxic zone, what they call anoxic zone, or no air zone, where there's specialized bacteria that remove the bad stuff in the water. Then it goes around, the flow goes around in a horseshoe type rotation and ends up in the aeration zone or aerobic zone. So some of those aerobic bacteria require oxygen. So we have to supply oxygen to that bacteria in order for it to survive and do the treatment. Billions of little bugs in there doing that kind of stuff, clarifying the water. And as you can see, you can identify some of the stoxyliates, free swimmers. These guys are specialized in cleaning up the water. All the foul air that is coming from the headworks, the pump station, all that foul air is being diverted into that biological system. They're specialized bugs. It's just basically using biology doing the foul odor treatment. Right now, it's removing 99.9% of the foul air that it could be found inside that building or just in general in the system. And then the remainder is just musty, clean, kind of cleaner air. This is an 80-foot diameter clarifier. We just started the construction of the unit, so still got some ways to go before it's in operation. It kind of acts like a squeegee that goes around the tank, and it kind of, over time, pushes the solids that settle down to the bottom, pushes the solids into that little sump there, which then it can be removed out of the system, and the clear water goes to the top so it can do more treatment. And then the final stage of the treatment is filtration, where it continues to remove particles in the water. I love this filter. As it's backwashing and cleaning the filters, the unit's still doing filtration at the same time. And then it goes to the final disinfection units before it goes out the door. After the treatment, we do testing, and we have to pass that there's no bacteria that could harm the environment. They run a bunch of individual tests for ammonia, nitrites, and nitrates, just to make sure the plant is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And here, the operators can look at everything that we just walked through earlier, so we could see what condition, if there's a fault, or anything going on with that system. Elizabeth, introduce yourself. You see the crew that takes care of this multi-million-dollar facility, ensuring that the water is clean, disinfected, and sent out for beneficial uses for the city. The other things we do with that water, we can send the water to what we call RIBs, rapid infiltration basins. It's basically a basin that just the water is stored, and then over time it filtrates down through the groundwater, where it replenishes the aquifer system. And every 24 hours, 4 million gallons or 3 million gallons goes through the underground aquifer. And it just, by Mother Nature, continues to be cleaned up because it has to go through like 200 or 300 feet of ground. It's, like I said, it meets state and federal standards. It's clear that water can be used for beneficial uses such as park irrigation or any kind of beneficial use for the community.